guys, and welcome back to another movie review. So, we are going to be reviewing Promising Young Woman, which I'm just going to give you a little bit of a trigger warning right here, right now, in case any of you are sensitive to certain topics. If you are sensitive to movies involving subjects such as rape or suicide, this is not a review for you, and this is definitely not a movie for you. But if you're okay with that, then alright, we shall continue. I just pulled up the IMDb so I can make sure to have reference to who the cast is offhand, because I don't know the names off the top of my head. But anyway, let's get casting. Alright, here we are. I think this is in alphabetical order. So, anyway, I did not know going in what this was about, because people have been giving me shit over, oh my god, you always check for trigger warnings before you watch anything, and this is why you're hypercritical, because you already know spoilers before you watch anything. And I'm like, no, because the last two things I watched, I did not go in with any kind of spoilers, and I'm still hypercritical of them. So after this, I'm going back to checking for them, because I don't like being blindsided by things that affect me on a deep emotional level like that. When you've lived through shit like that, you don't want to be blindsided by it. Some people can't watch it at all. I can watch it, but I need to know going in that it's there, because otherwise it's going to ruin the entire rest of my day every time, because it fucks with me so bad. But if I know it's there, I make sure I check in with myself. Am I in a good place emotionally today? Yeah? Okay, we can watch it. Because I won't be caught off guard by it when it's on screen. Versus the other way where it's not a good scene. It's not a good scene. So, anyway, just saying. So there is a site that I use to check for things like that. Ironically, it's called Does the Dog Die? It originally started out for you knowing going in, if there is a dog in this movie, does it die? So you can make an informed decision whether or not you want to watch it. This site has now been expanded over the years to just having any trigger warnings about anything that you might be sensitive to, of any kind. It's not just animals, it is literally of any kind, so that is my go-to reference on stuff like this generally before I watch anything. I don't necessarily spoiler the plot, but I at least know certain themes going into it and make sure that I'm in an okay place to watch it. So this one, it starts out, and I'm gonna admit, the way that they portrayed it was a little bit confusing, but I eventually caught on to, okay. I couldn't tell if it was the main character that it happened to or the main character's best friend at first, but I eventually figured that out. And that's one of my only criticisms with this movie, is that they could have made it a little clearer earlier into it, but maybe that was part of it, was just the whole mystery unraveling, unfolding as you watch it. But I mean, it starts out with Carey Mulligan's character, the main character in this, Cassandra. She's very drunk, or seemingly so, in a bar, seemingly almost passed out. Perfect, easy pickings for predators, you know. And sure enough, a dude swoops in, thinks he's gonna have an easy time with her. Gets her as far as getting her home and everything, until all of a sudden, she's actually stone cold fucking sober, and she goes after him and just reams him a new one for thinking that it's okay to do this to women. You think you can just get them really drunk and you can just take them home, think you can do whatever you want with them, they won't even remember. Just like clearly triggered from past events. And I'm thinking, oh shit, okay, I know what's happened to her before. But as it turns out, it's not her. It's her best friend it happened to before. But anyway, so after all is said and done, and she's done with this dude, she writes it down as another tally along with a first name in a notebook of dudes she has done this with. Now, it's not as random as it seems, because it just seems like, oh, is this chick just like this big a man-hater where she tries to like lure them into a trap just to fuck with them? No. As it turns out, her best friend was raped. No one wanted to believe her. She had to drop out of med school, and as such, Cassandra also dropped out to take care of her. No one believed her, no one listened to her. They tried to make it out that she was being overdramatic. Even the dean had a very boys will be boys kind of attitude, and you don't want to fuck up his future, do you, by making such accusations? You know, that kind of whole bullshit thing that happens way too damn often in this world. So, yeah, again, it really just did not sit well with me. I was like, anyone who's lived shit like this is just like, oh, fuck you, fuck every single person involved with this. But it gets worse. It turns out the whole thing was caught on film. And how many people just thought it was a joke, passed it around like it was funny, even. Yeah, it's really disgusting. And as a result, she ends up herself. I don't want to say the word too many times and get demonetized, so. Anyway. Yeah. And as such, the best friend, Cassandra, has never gotten over it because it's so wrong. And I can't say as I blame her. I don't think I'd ever get over it either, being on the outside looking in, knowing that happened to my best friend, and just everyone reacted like that. So basically, she's made it her mission in life to seek out revenge on every last person who either was the perpetrator, or who laughed over it, treated it like a joke, treated it like it was nothing, tried to sweep it under the rug, tried to protect the person who actually did it. Yeah, she basically... it's one of those. So originally I'm like, ooh, okay, good revenge plot. Love to see it. Oh my god. So... she's got to be like 30-something, 40-something in this. Still lives at home with her parents. Again, no judgment. That's literally me. And her parents worry about her because she went from med school to working in a coffee shop with no seemingly plan of moving up in the world. She really doesn't want to move on to anything else. She just wants to do this that is easy and mindless and takes no stress. And won't have to deal with any of the people that she dealt with in med school there, probably. Yeah. So, I mean, you can see why there's concern, but I can also see her point of view here, too. But then she'll take off at night, doing God knows what, and they're worried about her, obviously, over that, and she offers up absolutely nothing in the way of anything of what exactly it is she does at night. Apparently this is what she's doing at night, is trying to seek out revenge. But she's going down a checklist, actually, of every last person that was involved in this and wants revenge. Not just that kind of revenge. No. Like, even the dean? She finds the dean's daughter, who is roughly, I don't know, 15, 16, like, pretty young, definitely underage. Finds her favorite band and everything. Sets things up in her car to make it look like she's a makeup artist and just needs directions to this place. And initially, the kid's blowing her off and everything, since, you know, stranger danger, and... oh, then she notices, when she's trying to explain, yeah, I have this gig, I'm never gonna work again if I'm late, and she sees the logo and, oh my god, are you working with them? Oh my god, I actually know exactly where that is. Oh my god, can I please go with you? One of those kind of things. Whether or not the boy band is actually there is up for debate, but still... regardless, yeah, she takes her phone, she ditches the girl with a bunch of older men, regardless, then goes to the dean just to say hi, claiming she might want to re-enroll, and then drops, you know, some hints about what had happened before. And she is still defending the guy who did the thing this many years later. And she's like, oh, that's unfortunate you feel that way. Would you feel different if it were your daughter? And she's like, why do you bring up my daughter? Oh, I don't know. I mean, she's just alone in a dorm room with a bunch of older men right now. Would you feel differently then? By the way, I have her phone right here. You could call her, but... It's just shit like that, where she's fucking with her. It's psychological warfare of, like, the worst kind and everything. It's just like, oh, this is twisted. Oh, God. And, like, each person on this list, like, she finds, like, what way could I fuck with them that would hurt them worst? Yeah, right down to one guy who had, like, gone on to become a pediatrician and everything, and he's actually interested in maybe dating her, and she uses this to her advantage to get through to him, fish out info and things about, the guy who actually did the thing directly. And since he's still kind of defending him, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna ruin this guy's whole entire career. Just like, yeah, I could send out that video that clearly has your face in it to every last colleague of yours. Wouldn't look good for somebody who works with children, would it? So she's basically blackmailing him. Like I said, it's a laundry list. I don't want to give away all of the twists and turns, because otherwise then what's the point in watching it? But he eventually owns up that the guy in question... Oh, wait, I forgot one big one. One of the ones who tried to claim that the girl was just being overdramatic, shouldn't have drank so much, da-da-da-da-da. What did she think was going to happen? Yeah, she may have been a bad person and hired a guy to possibly do something to her. After getting her entirely too drunk, may have drugged her, and then she'll be in this room here. Whatever happens, happens. It's like that. And then when she starts texting her, oh my god, I woke up with this man, I don't know what happened, I don't know, I think you're possibly being dramatic. Shouldn't have drank so much. Shit like that. It's like, oh god. Oh god. She is just going, like, down the list, fucking all their lives up. Finally gets the dude who's having his bachelor party out in the middle of the woods and everything. And it's just like, yeah, she is going to ruin his life. She portrays herself as a stripper for the bachelor party and all. And of course, his stag friends and all are just like, yeah, you should totally get it on with the stripper upstairs. What happens in the cabin stays in the cabin. So she goes upstairs, locks the door, handcuffs him to the bed, says it's for her safety, not his, and then claims that her name is the name of the girl that he raped before that is also dead. And he's like, this is some dark-ass joke. That's not your name. She's dead. It's just like, really? And he eventually figures out, oh, you're her friend, aren't you? It's just like, yep. And she has every intention of fucking with him, maybe chopping his dick off, I don't know. Anything could happen here while he's tied up like this and has him alone. And he is freaking out worse and worse and worse. And then it takes a dark turn I didn't see coming, where he manages to get one hand loose from the handcuffs and actually manages to smother her out with a pillow. And kills her. And he is once again fucking protected after it by his frickin' stag friends. Like I said, I got really triggered by this fucking movie. I should not have watched it, honestly. But, powerfully done, though. Still, she knew going in, apparently, that this was going to definitely be a possible outcome of this. So before she left, she had already, like, mailed a letter to her parents that she knew wouldn't get there until days later that, should I go missing, the last place I went was da-da-da-da-da with him who did this and da-da-da-da-da. Investigate him for my disappearance. So right in the middle of his wedding, the popo shows up to arrest his ass for the murder of her, because yeah, they did ditch her body, but it was like, oh my god. She'd also pre-scheduled texts to go out to the pediatrician guy and everything. Oh, you didn't think this was over, did you? It is now! Love, Cassandra and Mia. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. This is like the most twisted, fucked up psychological warfare film I've seen in a while. And had I gone into it at least knowing the subject matter, might have been a little better prepped for it. But even so, even with as bad as it triggered me, I waited several days to review it since watching it, since I just needed to process all that and watch a bunch of fluffy shit after it to try to, okay, get back to, normal, steady ground again. Actually, it is a really good movie. Subject matter, be aware going in, if you're sensitive to it, that this is literally what this movie is, okay? So, it's dark. It's dark. But it's well done. The acting in it's pretty good. Again, my only real complaint with it is just not quite being clear earlier in it whether the rape happened to her or to her friend. Again, it does become clear later, but because it's so vague initially, it made it confusing to follow, till towards the very end, all of a sudden it was like, oh, I get it, I see what's happening, okay. So for that, I'm docking a star. But everything else, really well done, really well acted. God damn, I'm still getting goosebumps thinking of it now. It freaked me out so bad. Yeah, 4 stars out of 5. Like, damn, it's a powerful one, but just know going in, it's a rough watch. It's messed up, but yeah, I was just like, damn. And here I thought I was just picking a title at random. Last time I do that, my god. But anyway, at least picking one at random without checking for triggers. But anyway, so those are my thoughts on that. Like I said, it's a rough watch, but if you're looking for something that's like psychological horror, it definitely is that. It takes a lot to rattle me, but yeah, this one did it. This one, it left an effect. It left an impact. The last one that I can think that really messed with me like this, going into it blindly, was A Clockwork Orange. And that one messed with me so bad, I had to leave the house for the rest of the day, because I didn't even want to be near the TV that I watched it on. It upset me so bad and messed with my head so bad. It just... yeah, this wasn't quite as bad as that, but it was right up there. It was right up there. So, anyway. Yeah, just... but on the other hand, like I said, I cannot understate how well acted this movie was, and the casting was in it, too. I mean, we have a very big all-star cast. Like, we have, like I said, Carey Mulligan, we have Aidan Brody, we have Sam Richardson, we've got Jennifer Coolidge, Laverne Cox, Ali Hart, like, there's so... Bo Burnham, Alison Brie. There's, like, a ton of awesome people in this, like, all throughout. There's more of them, too, just as a teaser. Feel free to check it out on IMDb, but very, very well put together, and very impactful, but oh, yeah. It will mess with you if you go into it without knowing. So, anyway. That's it for this one. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits. Everything and more is all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.